Functions are one-to-one. That means that for every x, there should be exactly one y and not two. Okay, so the vertical line test is where we can take our pencil. Okay, you're going to hold it like this. Okay, or you can use your finger if you're using online, and you go across this function. If it crosses 2 points at the exact same time, it is not a function. Okay, so I can take my pencil, and we're only looking at this graph part. Okay, and I'm going to draw, what's an arrow mean? Infinity. Okay, so we can look at this graph, and I can start to move my pencil along the page. Does it cross once or twice in every spot? Okay, well it only crosses once, so it crosses here once, here once, here once. Okay, so this one is going to be yes, it's a function. Okay, let's look at 4. Okay, so if I take my pencil and I move it across, so right here at the tip it only touches once. But see right here, it touches right here, and it touches right here. It touches your pencil twice at the same spot, right? So that's a no, it's not a function.
What about like full circles and stuff?
Full circle, same thing, use your pencil. So is it gonna touch twice or once? At the same spot. So lay your pencil down.
Oh, I see it right here.
That make sense? So if we look at 2, okay, it's touching once, it's touching once, it's touching once, it's touching once. So this one is going to be yes, it's a function. Okay, 3. Is it going to be a function or no?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a function. Okay, what about 5?
Yes. Yes.
Use your pencil.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Use your pencil.
It's touching the same spot, ma'am.
Is it touching once or twice?
Twice.
Then it's not a function. So this one is going to be a no. Okay, what about 4 or 3? I copied and pasted these weird. Okay, is this one going to be a function or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm getting those fixed up, like mixed up.
You're fine.
This one, right?
Yeah. Yep. I didn't see him this morning. Swahili is. The other 2, I don't know. They're not. They weren't this morning, unless they are now. She usually sends me an email. Okay, and then the last page, I worked with some of you guys yesterday, the last 2 pages, okay? And then some of you guys, okay, so these are the ones that are, hopefully it makes a little bit more sense today. Okay, so we talked about the domain and range yesterday, okay? So we start our pencil, okay? The domain is our x's or y's? It's the x's, and the range is the y's. And then the domain, we start and we go from left to right. And which way should our pencil be?
To the side.
Your pencil's going to be up and down. Okay? And then the range. Okay, we start from where?
Side.
Huh?
Oh, from the bottom.
From the bottom to the top. And which way should our pencil be?
Vertical.
Side to side.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at number 1. Okay, we start out. What's going to be the first part of the graph it touches? At what x value?
-4? No, wait, that's y.
-3. And it stops where? We're looking this way. So right here, boom, I touch part of the graph. Go, go, go. Boom, I touch part of the graph. So it's going to be at 2. And we're going to learn next week about when to include and not include. So don't worry, because it does not really include all of those values, but one step at a time. Okay? And then the range. We start at the bottom, and we work our way up. Okay, so when do I touch the function? What's the first thing I touch? The arrow. Okay, so it's going to be -infinity to what? What's the last thing I touch going up? Infinity. Okay, and then the last box, it says function, question mark. We do what test? the test called? We just did it on the last page.
Yes or no?
It is, but it's called vertical line test. Okay, so we can take our pencil and go, and it should only touch how many times to be a function?
It's not,
Crap, I messed up.
it's not a fun.
Okay, it's supposed to only touch once.
You're supposed to write on the top.
Yeah, I made the same mistake you did.
Oh.
The blanks are on the top of
Oh,
the.
Yeah.
yeah, I did that too.
You know.
My bad.
We all saw
Yeah,
it the same way,
I literally
right?
did the same. I literally did the same thing.
It's okay, that's why arrows are important.
It's okay, just cross off number 6, so you guys don't have to erase and everything.
Oh, there you go.
Cross this one off and draw me a little arrow that it's supposed to go up here because I'm the one that did it.
Okay, cross out number 4, and then we got it. Okay, good deal.
Okay, so is this one a function, yes or no?
Yes. No,
How many times should it touch your pencil at the same time?
once,
Only once. So is it going to touch here once or twice or?
twice.
Yeah, twice or 550 million times. We don't really know how many points are in between here. So no, it's not a function.
So,
Wait, what's that first number for range -10?
What are you reading? It's negative infinity.
Oh, because it looked like -80, but I was like, nah, that's not it.
Don't be hating on my infinity signs, bro. Okay, the second one, the domain. Okay, we start off on the left side. What's the first part of the graph we hit? What's the first number?
-5.
-5, and it goes up here. Don't write it on. Okay, 2 what? What's the last part of the graph we're going to hit? 5. Okay, the range. We start out at the bottom. We start working our way up. What's the first number we're going to hit? -2. What's the last number we're going to hit? 2. Okay, is this one going to be a function?
No.
Okay,
I'm not done.
use your pencil. Does it touch once? Does it touch twice?
I was looking the wrong way.
So, yes, this one is a function. Okay, number 3. Same thing, we're going to work with the domain. So, we start out here. What's the first thing we're going to touch?
Infinity,
Why?
an arrow.
Yeah, so the very first part, if you're taking your pencil and you're dragging it along, okay, this is the first part you're going to be able to see once your pencil passes it. It's an arrow. So, and if it goes in the first spot, it should be a negative infinity. Okay, and then what's the last thing we're going to touch? Drag your pencil along. Yep, it's going to be positive infinity. What about the range? We start at the bottom, negative infinity. And what's the last thing we're going to touch? Infinity. Is this one a function?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we're skipping number 4 because I forgot.
We don't have to do number 4. Wait a second.
Okay, number 5. Okay, number 5 looks kind of crazy because there is just random dots. So when you were a kid, you kind of played connect the dots. Kind of connect those dots and see what the picture's going to look like. Obviously, you start off on the left and then connect that way. So I would connect this one to this one. And
arrows.
It's a kite.
It's a kite.
okay, no, you do not put arrows. The arrows would be on there if there were supposed to be arrows on there. Okay? So,
Stop. There's no infinity on these.
nope, so where do we start?
Ooh.
What's the first X value we hit? Put your pencil down.
-3.
-3, 2, and we kept going, we kept going. What's the last number that we hit?
5.
5. The range, okay, our pencil goes this way. What's the first thing we hit on the bottom?
-5.
-5.
-5 to what? What's the last thing we hit?
4.
4.
It's a function.
Is this one a function?
Yes. No.
Okay, and this is where lines are a little bit deceiving. Okay, am I going to hit any of these points at the same time?
No, no.
Okay, meaning that they both have to be like this. They would need to be under each other. I'm gonna freaking. They would need to be like under each other. So are any of these on the same like line?
No.
No. So yes, it is a function. But when we look at the drawn arrows of our picture, it almost looks like it is. Okay, so be aware. I just wanted to put that one on there to kind of talk about it. So yes, it is a function.
Alright, back paper.
The back paper is the same as the front paper,
Oh, for real?
I think like.
or as this paper, as the one we're doing right now. Okay. Okay. So 6. Let me